With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they're led out by a guy who learned from one of the great ones in his first few years in Tom Brady. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
When you're back up to one of the all-time great players, if you don't spend time picking that guy's brain or just watching and observing how he does things to increase your game, then you've wasted that time. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that type of a player. I think those lessons learned have a chance to transmit themselves very well.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And right away, he lost the football. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Now Stephen Gostkowski on for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
Tevin Coleman and the rest of the offense making their way back out. He's probably a little angry at himself. It was his fumble, obviously, a moment ago that led to the scoop and score touchdown that has him down early.
And now we find out about the psychology aspect of being a coach. Because when you have a guy that's just happened, some people want to take him out of the game immediately. Others say, you know something? Let's beat him the ball again next series and see if he's going to be able to atone for it. Let's see what they decide to do.
Devin McCourty brings him down. And a quick look now at the offense for the 49ers.
And I think we're all eager to see how this offense responds because we know this is a big spot. National TV game to start the season. The whole league and the whole country watching this one. Last year, though, the Packers, the Bears.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 at the 20. From the gun, it's Brady. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now Brady. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing it.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And the way in. Touchdown, New England. James White, 67 yards. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on... defense or special teams, that gives like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dante Hightower able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And that that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. It's taken to the 26. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Now Brady almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. Now let's give you a look here at the New England offense.
If there's ever such a thing as a downside to such a nice drive, it's that we didn't get a chance to talk about them earlier. But I would have said, keep an eye on this offensive line and let's see how it performs. And so far, so great, because they've already gotten their running back into the end zone.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot 1st down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Brady's throw there complete. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be... a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
To throw is Brady. He's got Sanu. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense will probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another 1st down, almost back to the drawing board.
They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. Looking for Harry. He airs it out, and he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. N'Keal Harry, 32 yards. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Extra point good by Gostkowski, and that makes the score 21-0. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it ends with a New England touchdown. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
21-0 our score after 1.
Here we go.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. On play action, now Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jamie Collins in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's in his zone, second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On second down, they'll run with White. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Nick Bosa, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Throwing on 2nd and long. Brady, he gets it to James White. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third.
20. Get him, boys. 54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And they have his man, that's Edelman. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Brady gives to Michelle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Brady now to throw. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Tevin Coleman and the rest of the offense making their way back out. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Jonathan Jones that time, the one who got a hand in, knocked it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And that'll be off the crossbar and out and short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the 1st half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So many different weapons available in that Patriot backfield. Here's 1st and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And of course, we'll also take a look back at this 1st half. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Throwing on 1st is Garoppolo. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Garoppolo. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Able to haul it in is Kittle. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. But he stays up, fighting him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Dante Hightower able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. After the sack on 1st down, Garoppolo. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, and it'll bring up third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Here comes the 49ers punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And taken right at the 35. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Looking for Harry. He airs it out. And this is taken in at the 5. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash here should be an easy one. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come here in the opening weekend of the NFL season. As far as the early games go, we'll be watching that one in Houston. The Texans in for a fight as they'll square off against the Miami Dolphins. Good stuff to follow on the West Coast in the afternoon window, one being out in Oakland, where it'll be the Raiders taking on the Buffalo Bills. And finally, on Sunday Night Football, should be a good one there, between the Carolina Panthers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race, very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now Drake, and he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. Here comes Tom Brady and the Patriot offense back onto the field. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the arrow side, you know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game, but that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Brady gives this to White. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid combination deep.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Garoppolo.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, it feels like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Brady to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a carry for White. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
And that was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 44, Garoppolo. He finds McKinnon complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Garoppolo now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. There's Garoppolo to throw. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Here we go. We got 4.
Running, it's Drake. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big, they just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all. Because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back, not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
On first down, it's Taylor, and he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Taylor. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now Brady. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. They go to the ground again with Taylor. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Slant route caught by Edelman. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And Brady's throw there, incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Garoppolo throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jerick McKinnon there, but now it's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Garoppolo. Finding his tight end, Kittle.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. A dump down to McKinnon. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what'll be an important 3rd down. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 28. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo, a dump down to McKinnon. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Garoppolo again. And that will be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And Gold is able to put it through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Taylor, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All